Hey nerd family, and welcome back to another video. Today we're just going to be talking a little bit about Netflix since they've now been around for 25 years. Stick with me as we go through some of their successes and some of their failures and everything in between. But before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and roll that intro and I'll see you back here in a second. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope everyone out there is staying safe and staying healthy. If you haven't already checked out thenerdcircle.com, you can head over there and check it out. You can also follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle. And make sure to head down to the description of this video, check out our new links page. We have a lot of new links there for you guys to check out, one of which is our Buy Me a Coffee. If you do want to help support the channel, help us keep making these videos for you, head over to buymeacoffee.com/thenerdcircle. There's no obligation, but there are some ways there you can help us out, so if you want to, go ahead and head over there and check it out. There's also some other links down in the description for you there as well. And as always, we do want to thank all of our subscribers. If you are a new subscriber from the last video, you will see your name scrolling across the bottom. And for all of our subscribers, you will see your name scrolling across the side. Again, we want to thank all of our subscribers as you're helping us continue to grow. Our next milestone is 500 subscribers, and we're on our way there, so thanks again. If you guys do like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. And if you could, please share this video across any social media platform that you like, as we are trying to grow our audience, and it certainly helps us out. If you have not yet subscribed and you'd like to do so, make sure to go ahead and subscribe so that way you don't miss any of the new content. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and dive in here. So Netflix has been around for 25 years. I can't believe it's already been 25 years when I started getting DVDs by mail. Now this video is probably coming out a few days late as I'm trying to catch up on things here. Now with there being such a long history here, this isn't going to be a full in-depth video covering every little detail because it's pretty much every couple months for the last 25 years that they're making some kind of change or some kind of move. So we're not going to cover everything here. If you guys would like to see a full in-depth long video or a multi-part video covering every in-depth thing with Netflix as a company, let me know down below. If I get a bunch of people that want to see that video, we'll make sure to go ahead and put it together for you. Today's just going to kind of cover some of the quick things here. So it was back on August 29th of 1997 when they were founded as a DVD by mail service. Those of you that are in your 30s like myself, I'm sure you remember when Netflix came out and you signed up and got DVDs by mail. You remember that little red envelope coming in, you watched it, you put it back in the envelope, sealed it, sent it back off, picked your next movie, and continued your business there. Those of you that are in a little bit younger age group, you may remember your parents getting those DVDs by mail. But that is what Netflix started as, and they were at the time a competitor to Blockbuster. As we know, Blockbuster went out of business because they didn't really follow with the times. But that can be a whole separate video. Now it wasn't until somewhere in 1998 when they actually sent out their first DVD. Now when it first started, it was a per DVD cost to rent the DVDs by mail, and shortly after they did change over to more of a subscription model where you'd have a price to pay and you could choose if you wanted to get 1, 2, or 3 DVDs. So it did change pretty quickly after they started. It was around September of 1999 when they came out with that subscription model, and the per DVD rental model was dropped in early 2000. Now, Jeff Bezos and Amazon.com in the beginning did offer somewhere between $14 and $16 million to buy Netflix, which they felt was fair, but they did not choose to go with that. Now, later down the road, they did offer Blockbuster to purchase the company for $50 million, but as we know, Blockbuster did decline. And it was sometime in 2004 when Blockbuster finally decided that they were going to offer DVDs by mail as well. But they only did that for a few years, and slowly the company kept going down until they unfortunately filed bankruptcy. If you want to know more about Blockbuster and what they did on their side, let me know down below and we can definitely put a video together for Blockbuster. Now fast forward a few years to 2007 is when they first launched their streaming service, which is what you know Netflix to be as of today. Now, of course, when the streaming service first launched, it wasn't what we see it as today. There was very few offerings at first. They were still primarily a DVD by mail service that just happened to offer streaming since streaming was starting to become a thing at that time. They did offer unlimited streaming with your DVD subscription, and they had a few things you could stream. I don't believe it was HD at the time. There was a lot of SD. HD had come a little bit later, but they did allow you to go up and be able to stream some things there. It wasn't the best experience at the time. To put a number to it, they had roughly about 1,000 movies you could stream, compared to their 70,000 DVD library. And it wasn't really until about the mid-2000s when internet speeds allowed streaming to really be what it is today, allowed them to be able to stream things at a fast enough pace to be able to make it worth it. Now, their original idea was to basically have a box that you would purchase at home that you'd be able to get all your Netflix DVDs streamed to, but then they kind of scrapped that idea because YouTube was becoming big at that time, and YouTube was just a website to be able to stream videos on, and well, then they decided if YouTube can do it, let's go ahead and do it the same way. So then they started working on being able to stream it directly to your device, your web browser, whatever it be at the time, versus having a box that you purchase separately. So that's the direction they went towards. Now, it was around January of 2008 when they decided to finally start allowing people to have the unlimited streaming included in their DVD subscription cost, because they were trying to compete at the time with Hulu and Apple's video rental service. Now we fast forward a little bit to January 2010. Netflix started making some big deals with some of the movie production companies to really get more content on the service. So they made deals with Warner Brothers, Universal, 20th Century Fox, Relativity Media, Paramount, Lionsgate, MGM. So they made all these different deals to be able to get films from all these different production companies, so that way they could grow their library. Now, it was sometime in 2010 when they acquired the rights to the show Breaking Bad, which not only helped Netflix grow because people that have not seen the show were coming over to watch the first couple seasons over on Netflix, but it also helped continue to grow the show over on AMC that had current seasons still running, so people would start it over on Netflix and either wait for that season to come to Netflix, or they would then go watch it over on AMC to be caught up with the current seasons, but it allowed both organizations to be able to grow. And that made the Breaking Bad TV series explode. And then in January of 2012, they started to expand into different countries, which just helped the brand grow. In 2013 is when Netflix started doing their original programming, which I think, and correct me if you guys disagree, but I think that original programming is pretty much one of the most important things all these streaming services have that keep someone subscribed. Because the original programming that you can't get anywhere else, I think, is one of the key things. Now, you can have a really bad streaming service that has some really good originals, and maybe you just don't go to it because it's a really bad streaming service. It could just be a bad experience, so you just choose to not use it. So it's not the only thing, but I do think it's one of the most important things. So they did start their original programming in 2013, and it looks like the first thing that came was a supernatural drama called Hemlock Grove. I have never seen Hemlock Grove. If you guys have seen it, let me know down below if it's something that is a must watch. And then in July of 2013 came Orange is the New Black, which was a big show for Netflix. Now in August of 2013 is a feature that got reintroduced that you may just be used to using by now, but it was the profiles that allowed you to have multiple profiles set up on one account, so that way you didn't kind of intermingle your different watchings and things like that. You could choose your different profiles, so that did not exist back before 2013. Now, in November of 2013 started the Marvel TV series over on Netflix that has since moved over to Disney+, but they started the shows like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and so forth. Now, it was in April of 2014 when they had their first publicized price increase for their HD content, which at the time was $7.99, had increased to $9.99. Now, throughout 2014, they did make some more partnerships and agreements to get some other content on the service, as well as the sitcom BoJack Horseman premiered. Now, one of the other things that Netflix still does that makes them pretty popular is that they reach out to a lot of production companies and actors and things like that and make a multi-movie deal with them. So in October of 2014, Netflix had a 4-film deal with Adam Sandler and Happy Madison Productions. And when they make those deals, those movies will only be on Netflix. And then in March of 2015, the series Bloodline was released. Now we fast forward to 2016 when they rebranded their DVD by mail service that they started as to DVD.com. Now we're going to take a quick sidestep here. Since we are discussing DVD.com, we're going to quickly take a look here. Now, it was probably about a year ago when I had logged into my Netflix account that I went and I noticed that you could still do DVDs by mail. I think it was only a few dollars or so to add it on at that time point. And I look here today, and unfortunately it does not seem like it shows an option to continue the DVD by mail through Netflix.com. So I guess they're trying to separate the two companies and probably try to get some other people to go back to the DVD by mail and or have both services so they get more money in their pocket. I don't know, but let's go ahead and take a look here at the DVD.com website. Alright, so you can see here DVD.com is a Netflix company, and when you go to the website, you have three different options. You have your basic $9.99 a month plan, your standard $14.99 a month plan, and your premium $19.99 a month plan. It looks like they both include DVDs and Blu-rays. They include unlimited per month, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, the difference is that you get 1 disc on basic, 2 discs on standard, and 3 discs on premium. Again, just like they've always been, no late fees, free shipping, returns, cancel anytime. So it's pretty much the old school DVD by mail Netflix that we know. They're just rebranding as DVD.com here. Now, I don't really see a need to really do DVDs by mail or Blu-rays by mail anymore. The one caveat that I will say is that not every movie or show is available on streaming. Some of them are only on physical copies. And I don't know if Netflix themselves do that on purpose to be able to keep some people that want physical discs, but you can only get some things on an actual disc. So there are some reasons to really kind of have a DVD by mail type service, or maybe a Redbox or something, where if it's only on disc, then of course you have to get it that way. But I just don't really see that much of a need for it besides that. And at a basic plan of $9.99 a month for 1 disc, I don't know. It seems awfully expensive to me, and I know that you could technically get that disc. You could watch it real quick. You could send it back real quick, and you could get more, and you could end up with getting, I don't know, whatever the math comes out to be. You maybe could get 8 or 9 movies a month if you're diligent about it. But I just think that it's still expensive. And of course, if you want to try to do more than that and you go to the premium plan at 3 discs, then I don't know. Almost $20 a month there. You guys tell me down below if you think it's still worth it and why you would potentially pay somewhere between $10 and $20 a month to get physical discs. But that is the quote-unquote old school Netflix for you, DVD.com. Let me know your thoughts down below. Alright, now as I said, I was unable to be able to add the DVD by mail subscription to my current subscription. If you know of a way to do it, let me and anyone else who's watching this video, let us know in the comments down below, so that way we can go ahead and make sure to add it to your current Netflix account, but I was unable to find a way to do it. And then in March of 2016, a feature called Netflix Party was released, which allows users to watch content together when they are not physically together. In May of 2016, they released the show Narcos. And July and August of 2016 was a pretty big time for them, as they released a lot of different shows and movies. They released Stranger Things, they released The Get Down, The Crown, Love, Flaked, Netflix Presents The Characters, The Ranch, and Lady Dynamite. Now, not all of those were big names, but a lot of them did turn out to be big things, as Stranger Things is still going here today. In 2016 alone, Netflix released over 126 original TV shows and movies, which is more than any other network cable channel. And in February of 2017, Netflix announced that they were going to have over 1,000 hours of original content to be released in 2017. Now, in October of 2017, Netflix announced a goal of having over half of its library consist of original content by 2019, announcing a plan to invest over $8 billion in original content in 2018. They had a particular focus on films and anime, with a plan to produce 80 original films and 30 anime series. Now, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of time, you may really love this feature. In October of 2017, they released the Skip Intro feature. Now, from 2017 to 2020, they made a lot more deals with other production companies to basically get more things on the service, but they also tried to strike some other deals where they could license things from Stranger Things and get some money from that. They made some deals with Nickelodeon to put some Nickelodeon content on the service. They made more deals with Adam Sandler and other people to make some multi-movie deal contracts to be able to have more Netflix original films. And as we sit here today in August of 2022, it's said that about 50% of the content that's over on Netflix is an original film or original series, which I believe could be true because over the last several months or so, they've been losing a lot of content since all these streaming services are now being able to pull their content over to their services, and they're just continuing to lose more and more stuff. So I definitely believe that there's going to be more and more originals over on Netflix as time progresses. Now, I still have not seen it yet, but we do have to talk about one of their most recent hits is Squid Game. Squid Game came out September 17th of 2021 and was a huge success. It's said that it drew in over 111 million viewers. which quickly became one of Netflix's most watched shows. Now, in September of 2021, Netflix acquired Night School Studio, an independent game developer. And on November 2nd, they officially launched Netflix Games. If you guys are unfamiliar with Netflix Games, I do have a previous video on it, and we will be making more upcoming videos. And we also have a gaming channel over on Facebook called Nerd Circle Gaming, so if you are into gaming and you want to see some of those games, make sure to head over there and follow. But basically, it's a mobile game company that they started almost a year ago now, and they are up to 27 games at the time of filming this. It's kind of a competitor over to Google Play Pass and Apple Arcade, where you pay a subscription price to be able to have games with no ads and then no need to have in-game payments. So of course it doesn't have a vast library over there like Google and Apple does, but they are quickly growing the library and they are getting a lot of different deals with a lot of great games. And it doesn't cost you anything extra at this point. It's included with your Netflix subscription. At the time of filming this, the newest games that they launched are Heads Up, Before Your Eyes, Mahjong Solitaire, and Into the Breach. Now there's a lot of other great games that they have as well. It's definitely worth checking out if you do have a Netflix subscription and you're into some mobile gaming. It's worthwhile to check it out. Now it currently only works over on mobile devices and some tablets. I do hope that in the future they do put it on other devices so you can kind of play on your TV, things like that. I do hope that they kind of branch out and put it on other devices, but for now it is over just on mobile devices, but it's definitely worth trying. But in my personal opinion, I do think they're kind of branching out and doing that to try to get some other revenue stream here, because they do know with all the other competition with the streaming wars, they are losing a little bit of money there. So if they can try to push some of it into the gaming world, they might be able to make some revenue that way as well. If you guys have tried out Netflix Gaming, let me know your thoughts on it down below. Now in March of 2022, they did announce plans to acquire another game development company, Next Games. Now it has not yet been announced if they did acquire them, but later that month they did acquire Boss Fight Entertainment. So they definitely have plans to keep expanding the mobile game market here. Now with all the different competition, with all these different streaming services that are popping up and different ones that are merging together to make these big powerhouse streaming services here, unfortunately at the end of Q1 of 2022, Netflix announced that they lost over 200,000 subscribers. And it's been over a decade since they've lost any significant amount of subscribers. Now, around the same time of losing all those subscribers, they did announce that they're going to be trying to crack down on password sharing. And in different countries, they do have options now where you can add on a fee to your account. I did make a previous video about this, so make sure to go check it out. But you can add that fee on if you want to be able to share the account with a different household. So that way you still kind of save money, but not have to have two different accounts paying full price. And they're kind of toying with this idea and offering it to different countries to kind of see how it's going to work. So make sure to check out my previous video. There still isn't a whole lot of information about this just yet. They have said that they're going to be pushing it off to further countries as time progresses here, and that we may be able to see it sometime in 2023 here in the US if they continue the plan that they're going with right now. But it looks like it may cost a few extra bucks if you want to be able to add on a different username for your account that can use it in a different household. And there's some other things in there as well that you can kind of tweak. So that's something we're still going to have to keep our eyes on here as time progresses. Now on July 13th of 2022, Netflix did announce a partnership with Microsoft where they're going to be starting to look into doing some ad-supported tiers. Now, for those of you that know, Netflix has been an ad-free service since the beginning, and they've always said that they want to stick as ad-free, but with all the competition that's going on out there and all these other services that are offering these ad-supported tiers, it's just time that unfortunately Netflix is going to at some point have to have an ad-supported tier to be able to compete with the competition, especially with Netflix currently being one of the higher priced services. And I think that the competition is offering some things at the same price point but giving more than what Netflix is giving, so I do think that it's coming in the near future. Again, that's something that's been reported that we could see an ad-supported tier come out early in 2023. Now it's all speculation right now, but as it's being stated that supposed ad-supported tier may not offer the full library, and it potentially may not offer HD content. Now as time progressed here, Netflix did lose more subscribers. On July 22nd of 2022, it has said that they've lost over 1 million subscribers, bringing them down to having 220.7 million subscribers. And with that, Disney as a whole, with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, has said to currently have 221 million subscribers, which now puts them in the lead. So Netflix held the reins for the longest time, but unfortunately with all the different streaming services being offered now, they have went down to second place. Alright guys, so there's a lot of things that we did not cover, and there's still things that are unfolding as we currently are speaking here. There's going to be more things to come with the ad-supported tier. There's going to be more things to come with the password sharing and things of that nature. So definitely stay tuned. There's definitely going to be more things to cover as the months go on here and as we go through another year. But now that we got through most of it, let's quickly just take a look over at Netflix.com. So I'm sure at this point most of you are familiar with the user interface here, but this is going to be what you see when you go to Netflix.com, and it looks pretty much the same across any platform at this point. So when you first come up, you're going to have your bar up at the top, and you can have your search, things like that over on the side there, and you're always going to have something playing here in the middle. And as you scroll down, you're going to have some categories, so popular on Netflix, trending, new releases, binge-worthy. I'm not going to name every single one of them because there is definitely a long list of things here. But as you scroll down, you can definitely see that there's a lot of categories. This is one of the somewhat newer categories, top 10 shows in the US that they put there. And you got your list of things that you can add to your list, of course. But they definitely have a lot of categories for you to find stuff. And it's pretty dumbed down. It's pretty basic, easy to navigate. But you can see, as I scroll pretty quickly, all the different categories there. Now, they used to have a way where you could search for originals, whether it be TV shows or movies, and I can't seem to find a way to search for originals anymore. So if you guys know a way to search for originals, then let me know down below. Maybe I'm just missing it here. But up at the top, you can choose TV shows, movies, and whatnot. If we go over here and we choose TV shows, you do get a breakdown of genres, which used to have originals in here, and I don't see originals anymore. But there you can break down by genres. And if you scroll down, there is a section that says only on Netflix. So we're going to go ahead and explore only on Netflix. And as you see here, these are things that you'll only find on Netflix. If we go over to movies, again, you got your genres. And as you scroll down, alright, well, I guess Netflix is messing with me now, because when I scroll down, there is no longer an only on Netflix section under movies. So there was earlier. I don't know why there's not now, but apparently it's only under TV shows. So I don't know why they're making it so difficult to find originals, but that's how you're now going to be able to browse the service. You have your TVs, your movies, new and popular, my list, and that's about it. Of course, you can change your profile over here. You can edit your account, things like that. And you do have a kids mode. So if you go under kids mode, it's going to show you things here that are just for kids, you know, for TV PG and under here. They do have an only on Netflix section here. But as you scroll down, you can see it's more geared towards kids, so they don't see anything that they shouldn't see. But there you have it. There is the Netflix user interface for if there happens to be anyone out there that has never used Netflix. That's going to be what it looks like and how you find things. I definitely think that they need to make some improvements. I don't know why they took away the option to find the originals. Again, if I'm just missing it, if I'm just being stupid, let me know down below how to find originals. I don't really browse Netflix that often, so as I've probably told you guys in past videos, if I didn't get my Netflix pretty much included with my T-Mobile, I do pay a little extra to be able to get the Ultra HD and the more screens, so I pay I think like $5 extra. But most of it is included in my T-Mobile subscription. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't subscribe to Netflix anymore. Yes, I would miss out on some of the things, like I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan, so I'd miss out on having the Adam Sandler movies and any of these other things that are only on Netflix. I would miss out on some of those, but I think that I would probably just every so often subscribe. If I want to go watch Stranger Things or whatever, I would just resubscribe to it every couple months or so. It probably would not be a service that I keep all the time if it wasn't the fact that I was only paying a few bucks a month for it. I think personally it's kind of gone downhill over time. Yes, they still have a lot of great stuff, but with all these other streaming services coming out, I feel that I like a lot of the other ones better, and some of them tend to be cheaper or offer more things at a cheaper rate, so I don't have to pay $19.99 for Ultra HD or HD. Some of these other services include it, and you're only paying, $7, $8, $9 a month. So again, each their own. Some people just really love Netflix. They are diehard Netflix fans, but I don't think I would be if I wasn't only paying a few bucks a month. So again, if I'm missing something as far as how to find the originals, or if there's something that I missed entirely in this video, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. If there is something that I noticed that I forgot, I will make sure to put it in the description down below. And again, if you guys want to see a more full in-depth video covering Netflix from the beginning, let me know in the comments down below, and we can definitely put something together if we have enough people interested. But I'm excited to see where the Netflix games is going to go, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the ad-supported tier. Disney Plus just released, coming soon, their ad-supported tier. So I'm curious to see what that's going to have Netflix set their pricing to, because to be honest, the basic tier of Netflix I don't think is worth it, especially at the price point. So I'm curious to see how the pricing is going to change when they come out with their ad-supported tier. And I'm also curious to see what's going to happen with the whole password sharing when it comes over to the US. So I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on everything here, and if there's any updates, I will let you know as soon as possible. Make sure you guys are following on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle. If you guys are interested to see more of the Netflix games, make sure to follow over on Facebook at Nerd Circle Gaming. But I do hope you're able to get something out of this video. I hope if you're not currently subscribed to Netflix, it helps you know if it's something you're going to subscribe to or not. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out, as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. If you could, please share this video across any social media platform that you like. And let us know down below, if you can only pick one, what is a must-watch Netflix original. And if you guys have not yet subscribed and you'd like to do so, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified of any new videos to come out. You can also follow the links on the screen to the older videos. And until next time, guys, stay nerdy.